It's cold. It is springtime, but it is cold. Well, whatever. We got some posing and sculpting to do. Cold is good. I don't know, man. I'm ready for some heat. How you doing, martial art? Oh man, I need to put some WD-40 on this mic arm. So squeaky. All right, it's posing time. I already started the posing off stream with the mech. Now we need to pose trombone. Let me hide the mech for now. Just make sure we have everything visible that we want to pose. Oh, you know what? This is still on dynamic, isn't it? Yes, it is. Dynamic apply. Average day, Dead by Daylight. Lesson of your student. Wait, 10 minutes. It happens to the best of us. Yep, that's all good. Yep, that's all good. That's all good as well. I do want to take a quick look at this. Yeah, it's fine. Mech. Yeah, it was just boring stuff. The usual daily life stuff. All right, let's pose the trombone. Where am I going? Up here. You know what? Let me save myself. Let's hide all that. And all that. And boom. Yeah. All I really need is just this. T-pose. I have a general idea of how I want to pose this, but I'm still gonna be experimenting. All right. Let's get you up. Oops. Up. Now that I'm kind of seeing it all in context. Maybe if we bring you down just a bit more. Now, the mechs right arm sticking out this way. So I kind of want her point with her left. I think that'll be more interesting. So let's try. Auto group. No worries. You don't have to be typing in chat all the time. It's all good. It's okay to lurk. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, no. I'm gonna have her pointing with her left. I think it makes more sense to have her leaning on her right leg. I don't know. If feel free to type as much as you want. It won't have bothered me at all. As a matter of fact, both Twitch and YouTube, they like those metrics. It's engagement for them. So yeah, you can chat as much as you want. No, I think I also kind of want her to, yeah, like really lean into it. One thing I need to try, I was thinking of, I have no problem posing like this. It does have its drawbacks. So I was wondering, thinking I should try rigging in like Blender or something. And it'll be pretty easy because everything is broken up into pieces. And then I can pose in there and then bring it all back in here. You know, you you don't need to go that far. Unless if you really want to. Game the system, man. Okay, let's see here. Let's have her lean on her right leg. I know you're joking. Yo, Mr. Alejandro, how goes it? How are you? Papacito Bits. Fine, that's good to hear. Let's blur you. Actually, I want to do this one instead. It's more tighter. Oops. Nice, nice. I hope you enjoy the relaxing nature of posing a figure. Yeah, you. Blur, blur. All right, so I want you to have weight placed on the right. Just a little bit that way. Mask all that down there. Give you a bit of a lean back. And point to that way. Okay. Itchy, itchy. Okay. You need to kind of something like that, maybe. I'm going for a bit of a, just kind of like a action pose, similar to the one that's on her Marvel versus Capcom poster. I feel like let's have her stand on top of her. Hold on a second. sitting position is annoying. Okay. Oh, all good. My elbow is all good. Thank you for asking. Yeah, all I have to do is just give it rest and it's fine. No, maybe what I can do is I can lower the interior. I feel like that's what I should do. Yeah, I'll do that. Let me just concentrate on how I want her to look. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it exactly like that, but it'll definitely be similar to it. Yeah, it's definitely this similar type pose. I'm just gonna add some of my own flair to it. You know, the nice thing about sleeves on a jacket like this, I don't have to worry too much about the anatomy over here because it's all covered in clothing. But I do have to worry about spacing. Handshake. The song? Oh, Stardew Valley. I really do need to play that game. Let's see here. I will copy this though. I like the pose of the hand on the hip. Well, the back of the hand on the hip. I do like that, so I think I'll copy that. I played it, but I didn't get far. It happens quite often. I'll play a game and then other higher priority things come up. Then I stop playing the game for some time. Then another game comes out. It's like, ooh, and then I start playing that. 'Tis life. Yeah. Yep. Adult life does get in the way. Elden Ring was your first From Software game? Nice. It's a good game to start on. Yeah, that game is pretty massive. There's a lot to see in that game. Do, 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 do. Too long. I think I spent... Congratulations for finishing the tutorial. Isn't Persona like that? Like you're 25 hours into the game? Like Persona 5, 25 hours into the game and you're still getting tutorials? Amazing or painful? It all depends. Oops. Really? I can only imagine what the end of that game is like. I must see it for myself. The only game you rage quit? I don't... have I ever rage quitted a game? I don't think I've ever rage quitted a game. No matter how angry I got. Oops. Like, I've definitely gotten frustrated at games, but never rage quitted. Don't starve together. I think the only way I can rage quit a game is if the game is just like absolutely stupid, like mechanically broken, and that's why I keep losing. Like if I keep losing because of my own skill, I won't rage quit. But if I keep losing because there's something stupid in the game, like absolutely broken stupid, I'll probably rage quit. Bread of God. Modding Minecraft. Oh yeah, the whole compatibility list. Yep, that's a toughie. I'm gonna have to think about how that's gonna work. Blur the crap out of this mask. Oh snap. This track is pretty banger. What game is it from? I can't tell. That thumbnail is too small. What is that? Streets of Rage? I need to know. I can't tell. Streets of Rage? All right. Alright, I'll pose the individual fingers after this whole phase right here. Let's bring you in a bit. Yeah, right about there. Whoops. There we go. Whoops. Forgot these. I feel like I can push this more. What the heck? Okay. Looks like Rain Man. So many pieces. You know what? All this beeping might give me a headache. Let's skip to the next one. More Stardew Valley. Never enough Stardew Valley. Actually, no. Don't like that. Yeah, if this is going back, I want the neck going forward. Something like that. The position of this arm needs some work. Yeah, mostly because of the position of these fingers. Once I turn it into more of like a pointing, like she's pointing with her index finger, then it'll get away for that. Yep. It's one of those things. I know exactly what you mean. Wrong arm for that. How you doing, Mr. Vane? Yeah, I guess I'll have her stand on the seat. All right. Let's apply all of this. Eggman robot. Yeah. Got that little oval shape. Ooh, looking good. Yeah, I'll have like maybe 2 or 3 of the serve bots like around. Man, there's gonna be a lot of pieces I have to cut this into. I also have to change the position of the eyes. Do that. So far, so good. Let's give this a save. Let's adjust the hands. Auto group. Tron Bronne is rocking out. Rock out. Yo, Kira, how's it going? Polymorph. I'm polymorphing. Back from Walmart. Or as some like to call it, Wally World. Wally World, Wally World. Whoa. You are sticking too far out. .32 gig thumb drive. Nice. Remember having a computer with 200 gig hard drive? Man, I remember having a computer with just a couple of megabytes of hard drive. I'm old. In my days, we saved stuff on floppy disk. Down, 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 down. $64 gig all at once, 20 megabytes. Yeah. Sure, Grandpa, go to sleep. I was reading an article the other day. I forget where it was at, but it was interesting. It was talking about Turbo Bonne, go fast. It was talking about how college age kids starting around 2017, 2018 don't really understand folder structure hierarchy in computers. Like, you know, you have your desktop, and then in the desktop you have like a folder of whatever, and then in those folders you have other folders for just like organizing things. And it seems that most college age kids starting at 2017, 2018, they can't quite grasp that concept. Yeah, pretty much. That folder hierarchy, they don't get it. They don't understand it. And it makes sense because besides being organized, you don't need folder hierarchy anymore. The whole reason why we had folder hierarchies in like older computers is because we didn't have a good search function on the computer like we have now, right? Like now, like on Windows, you have that search bar in the bottom and just start typing what you're looking for that you have on your computer somewhere, and it immediately like grabs it and brings it to you. Younger gens than to say millennials and boomers. I wouldn't say it's a failing. I would say it's an evolution of thinking. Let me suggest the Windows 10 search works. That's a lie. Yeah. I mean, I'm running on Windows 11 and the search works pretty well. Windows 10 search was not all that good, but on Windows 11 it's working pretty well. And so like now most younger kids, they just kind of, you know, dump all their files like on the desktop or the downloads folder where it all goes. They don't think twice about where it goes. It's there on the computer and you can immediately like pull it up quickly with the search function. So they never had like a mental need for folder hierarchy. So you can appreciate wallpapers. Yeah, you don't need to clear that desktop. All you need to do is just hide it. Just hide it. That's what I do. I only have shortcuts on my desktop, but I just hide all the icons there so I can see my wallpaper. Yeah. That is the thing. Us old fogies, our brains like work that way, right? Like we imagine those like folder hierarchies like a cabinet folder. You know, you pull out a drawer and in the drawer you have a whole bunch of different folders in there. But for them it's more like the article was saying, like a laundry basket. You got a laundry basket, all that stuff is in there. Then you just search and pull it out. So yeah, it's interesting. Their minds can't quite comprehend folder hierarchy. So like for us, you're like, what are you, stupid? But it's not so much that they're stupid, is that they don't have a need for it because the search function works very well. Yeah, it doesn't ask because it's just there, you know? Like download whatever you want, or if you forgot where you put something, you just go to your search function, like, oh yeah, yada yada yada. Oh, there it is. Then you just open it. That and phones, like smartphones, are so much more prevalent. That is the same thing on that too. Like you don't know where crap goes on your phone, but you know you can search for it like really easily and bring it up. So yeah, it's just interesting. It's like the article was talking about like their classes for like programming classes and all these like STEM field classes. And like the professors are trying to explain folder structures and the students are like, yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, but these are our university classes for like STEM field stuff, you know, for programming, for engineering. And they're like, yeah, I don't get the folder hierarchy. All right, what am I doing here? What am I doing? The hand is taken care of for now. Let's hide the arms for now. And go here. Let's hide the clothing for now. No, yeah, it's just something interesting. Because like on the flip side, those of us that are so used to a folder hierarchy, we can't think of the ways that they think on how they go about organizing files. And because of that, they work faster than us in a sense. Oh, Linux without a GUI. Yeah. That's something. I had a summer internship once with my school district. And it was all about like IT and stuff like that. We had this little like mandatory lesson on learning Linux. The version of it that didn't quite have a GUI. Yeah, that was tough for me to wrap my mind around. Yeah, only command lines. Thankfully, what we had to actually do was nowhere near as complicated. I was just following the steps. But I was like, yes, I need my GUI. Have you used this stuff? Yes, and the mouse. Mm-hmm. 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 Do. Yeah, it is. Just it takes some getting used to. But it works well if it was made right. Or if it is made right, I should say. You know, aim assist on controllers, I don't know, it always feels like you're fighting against it rather than it helping you. Yeah, I feel like the only console where you're gonna get consistent gyro controls. There's the switch. Yeah, because now that crossplay is becoming more popular. Aim at the screen with VR. Yeah. Well, there's one or two ways. There is like the gyro controllers where the controller has a gyro sensor in it, so it like detects like the tilt and rotation. And then there's the one with like on the Switch, I think the right Joy-Con has like the little IR shield on it or whatever, and that can be used for like pointing at specific things, and then you can combine those two things together. Removing the Switch. Yeah, Nintendo combines the two, the gyro in the controller and that little, what is it, the IR, the infrared. Speaking of that, have you seen I remember this YouTube video. This some like programming engineering student whatever was displaying 3D, like, how can I say it, like kind of like a reverse 3D, something like that, using a Nintendo Wii, like using the motion control and the IR from the Wiimote. So like what the demo that he had, right, was like, let me do this to kind of explain it. Where are you? There you are. So the demo he had was like this room. It's like boxed room with like grid lines, and then in there he had, whoops, these like long little cylinder things, and at the end of it he had those targets from Smash Bros, like in Melee. They're all like in different places like this, and at the ends of them were these like targets like that, right? Yeah, like at the end of that he had these targets, and then with like the Wiimote pointed at the screen, like moving it around, and if you're standing in front of the television, it looks really crazy to look at in the video. As you like move the Wiimote, like the whole 3D environment like moves around, but like these little targets thing right here, they look like they're coming out of the TV without using 3D glasses or anything like that. It's a pretty insane video. Yeah, like a 3DS, but without, you know, the 3DS like relies on that special screen that it has to get that 3D feeling. But like the 3DS is like you see inside the 3DS, right? Like the inside of the 3DS looks like it has depth, like you can reach inside of it. This guy's demo, it's like the 3D inside the TV, it looks like it's coming out of the TV. Ooh, dinner. See if I can find the video. Let's see. Wii 3D. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. Pretty insane. Oh yeah, the elbow. That's what I was working on. Yeah, it's an old video, but it's pretty insane what that guy accomplished. All right, I like that. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. How it looks like it's popping out of the TV like that. No special screen. Ugh. No special glasses. But of course, it's like you have to be like directly in front of the screen. Yeah, only one person. Yeah, it's pretty wild what depth perception can do. Yeah, that'd be pretty insane, right? Because only one person can really sit down and play that game. Simulation games like that be pretty gnarly. Yeah, I think it would be, well, definitely 15 years ago would have been difficult building a game around that. But I feel like nowadays it'd be possible. But then again, you got VR. So you got VR now, so yeah. Yeah, pretty insane. He was able to pull that off 15 years ago. $1998 Dreamcast. Yeah, the Dreamcast was definitely the first to really push for online games. I do remember that. Yeah, it wasn't until PS3 and Xbox that online play started getting like very mainstream, because the Dreamcast was definitely capable of it and it had games for online, but the internet was not that good for online play back then. Let's bring you in. Well, towards the hand. I want you in. Towards the wrist. No, let's undo all that. I do not like where all that was going. The Virtual Boy could not. I remember the Virtual Boy also caused a lot of nausea and headaches. To make a zoomer. This is all old people talk. Dreamcast? Dial-up internet? What are you talking about? Land games where it's at. Dreamcast was Sega's last game console before Sega gave up making game consoles and concentrated just on making games, which was a shame. The Dreamcast was definitely ahead of its time, but it failed. Not breaking the laws. Everybody is over the age of 18 on the internet. That's just how the internet goes. I really enjoyed the Dreamcast. That was a special console. I love how the little, I forget what it's called. The thing that was like the memory card that you put on the controller on the Dreamcast and it had the little screen on it. That was awesome. Not the smartest idea. Ask if they have a Facebook. Oh boy, Facebook. I remember the beginning of Facebook when it was just college students on there, and then slowly people's like bosses and managers were joining, and then slowly your parents started joining, and then that was when it was time to jump ship. Facebook stopped being in vogue. I mean, Facebook is still popular because a lot of people still use it. But like the main reason why it started out, you know, for college students, has long gone. I remember MySpace. The first really big social media site. My goodness, the fights I saw happen in high school because so-and-so wasn't in so-and-so's top 3 friends. Man, that was probably like the most evil thing anybody came up with. It's like, let's have a friends list and let's make it so that there's a top 3 spot. Yeah, that's the way to do it. In owning social media. I don't have any personal social media accounts anymore. Like for me, my personal life, the people I know, I don't have a social media account for that anymore. And it feels great. Now it's like, you know, I have my Twitter, but it's like I only follow things that I have interest in, like artists that I like their work and I want to see their work, things like that. But like actual people I know, nope. Yeah, now only polybits exist. And I've mostly, because I was getting sick and tired of all the social media online stuff, I've mostly have gotten rid of my like personal information stuff on the internet. It took a long ass time to do that. About a year and a half. It took incredibly long to do it. The main reason was Google. Like there's a form on Google where you can request like to remove this image, remove that, and that takes you like pretty far. But like there's just like some things that are kind of like archived on a social media site like Facebook or Twitter that you just have to delete the source and then just wait for whenever Google decides to crawl through those pages again. Yeah, I guess this is fine. It's bothering me a little bit, but I'll come back to it. Denise. You'd be surprised on how much of information about you is out there, especially if you use stuff like Google, so they can service you ads and all that stuff. Yep. But now only polybits exist. Google's always on the lookout. I will service this person ads based on their search history. Need to adjust this hand placement, but we'll get back to that. Yeah, right. I too have been on ad block for so long that whenever I go on someone else's computer or like on my phone and just like see all these ads and pop-ups, I'm like, oh, I forgot how the internet was. Just use uBlock. I've never had any problems with uBlock. It works all the time. Or you can go like the nuclear option. I saw it in like an Linus tech tip video where you can add an ad blocker for your entire home network. So like you won't see any ads on your smart TV, you won't see any ads on your phone. Pi-hole, is that what it's called? I think it has like something like a really high success rate, but not like 100%, at least when he made that video. Yeah. It requires a lot more effort than just installing an ad blocker. But the benefit is like, yeah, block ads everywhere on your network. Yeah, kind of like a massive firewall. Yeah, yeah. I remember that was like how like it works. Separates into different ports. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I think like they tested it by like, you know, turning on their smart TV and seeing if an ad was blocked. And if I remember like that like home bar page that smart TVs usually have, like the ad was just gone. It was just an empty space. Yeah, there's some pretty neat like all-encompassing like home stuff you can do. Whenever I do get my own place, the one thing I found out about that I never knew was a thing. You know how you have like surge protectors that you'll plug your electronics into? Those surge protectors are like okay, but like the best kind of surge protector, or one of the better ones that you can do, is like this little junction thing that goes directly on the what's it called? Oops. The circuit breaker. You put it right on the circuit breaker so that whenever the power goes out and it comes back on, that thing that you put on the circuit breaker, it takes all the impact of the surge of power that comes back. So everything in your house, all the outlets are surge protected. I'm like, neat. I'll have to keep that in mind. Because I remember I went down like this whole rabbit hole of surge protectors when I was buying a UPS for my computer. And I was just like learning how all these like surge protector strips basically suck. Yeah, look into it. I forget what it's called, but it's this like this blocky thing that you install into your circuit breaker. And then with that, your whole house is surge protected. And that's good for now, right there. You hand. All right, fine, I'll do it. Well, let me make sure I don't have any mask applied anywhere. Yeah, see, there was a mask there and a mask there. None there, none there, none there, none there. Okay. Do, 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 do. Much better. Maybe a little bit more. Yep, there we go. That's all I needed to do. Bum, 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 bum. Do 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 do. Posing, posing. Whoops. And blocking your whole house. Another thing about houses and networks and things like that. Apparently in like in a lot of towns or municipalities, I should say, since everybody's like buying these like Ring cameras and things like that, apparently like if for whatever reason, if the police need to, they can just like take all the video and audio data from your Ring cameras. Nah, I don't like that. Let's undo that. Let's keep the first digit in and pull you out. No, it's an opt-out system. Like it's in the terms of service, I guess. It's like something that the company Ring has partnered with like a bunch of like police municipalities out there, whatever. And if you don't want to be a part of it, you have to opt out of it. But they won't tell you that it's something that you're already opt into it. Yeah, kind of dumb. That should be an opt-in, not an opt-out. It's like, I think it's like under the app for it. Like if you want to use it, it's an automatic opt-in and you need to find info yourself and then opt out. Find something to eat. Enjoy your meal, Mr. Alejandro. I'll see you next time. On opposing on this one, I'm not quite sure what I want. Yeah, isn't always a guarantee, but like it's like, do you really want to spend all that time and money? When you're just a little guy going against a big guy. I mean, eventually somebody will, but until then. Yeah. And speaking of like little guys, that whole thing that happened recently with that one YouTuber, Wizard of the Coast, sent freaking Pinkertons to his house because he had bought like a card set that wasn't released yet but was going to be released in a couple of weeks, and he made like a video unboxing it, and they sent the Pinkertons of all private and quote unquote law firms to send the freaking Pinkertons. Yeah, he did. He didn't do anything wrong, and he got strong-armed. Like, if you've played Red Dead, the name Pinkertons will definitely sound familiar. Yeah, right? It's insane. For a freaking card pack that was going to like release in a couple of weeks, right? I'm not too into like Magic the Gathering, but that's what I gathered. The set was going to release in just like a couple of weeks. Yeah, a whole proxy war. They sent like the most shadiest enforcement group in this country because of a pack of cards. Wizards Game Workshop. Yeah, the suits at those places, they can be pretty close-minded. Hasbro, are they the ones that also own oh crap, what are they called? Oh, Funko Pops. That's Hasbro, right? I hate Funko Pops. I don't like how they look. Those soulless, beady eyes. Yeah. Those things are so simple and, in my opinion, ugly. Very ugly. But they are insanely popular. I remember one year I went to Comic-Con and there's like anime figures everywhere and these like really big, awesome looking collectible figures everywhere. And then the year after, all Funko Pops. I hated it. Popular like smoking fun like loot box. Yeah, there was a lot of that too. Those freaking loot boxes. As if it wasn't annoying enough in video games. Yeah, I'm definitely going to bring this lower. Normalize gambling. All right, these eyes, they're bothering me. Let's adjust the eyes. Hide the mech because I don't need you right now. Yep. Yeah, this is This one's gonna be pretty big. Let me see. How big is it right now? Holy crap. This is currently, once I put a base in here, 1 foot. Jeez. This is huge. Like, it's already like over 320 millimeters. Yep, this is by far the biggest thing I've done for Patreon so far. This will be a good time to save as well. The good thing, at least, is this mech will be very easy to split into pieces. I'll just need to split it into a lot of pieces. Also, once I drop... Actually, no, that won't change much. She's going to be where she's at. It's just the seat and the floor that's going to get dropped down. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then we need to... I still need to pose this little guy around. But he'll be easy, because he'll be like on his own. You're gonna have a bad time. Actually, I think that's fine where it is right there. The hand is in my way. Yeah. This down here. You're inside out, aren't you? Yep, you are. Flip. All right, I want to drop the floor inside the mech and the seat down some. I don't know where the loot boxes. Loot boxes are the scourge of evil. No, I'm talking about like literal loot boxes that you find at like Comic-Con. Oh boy, that's really low. Eee. No Comic-Cons in your country? Well, you'll also find them at any major convention. Oh boy, I didn't realize this went that low. Yeah, there's this company called Loot Crate and others like it, where it's like loot box in a video game. You get a box and inside them will be like a bunch of little cheap goodies. At one point, I don't know if they still do, but at one point there was like Funko Pops in there. All right, so that's way too low. Oh, excuse me. Yes. Ugly Nandroids. It's not so much leg position, but she just has really long legs. There's androids you'd kill for. Those things are pretty popular. All right, let me try it this way. I really need to put WD-40 on this. Duplicate. Any games on my wish list on sale? I don't know. I'll have to double check. But I know there's like some sales going on right now. For me, they have to be like at least, at minimum, 50%. Yeah. Let's duplicate you. And yeah, it's really dumb when it's like there's a game like, let's say it's $15, right? I consider that already pretty cheap for a game, a $15 game. And then like the sale is 10%. I'm like, why? If the sale is just 10%, I'll just buy the game at full price. Not that big of a difference from $15 to $13. You know? For you it is. All good. True, true. I am talking about this like from the perspective of USD to USD. So yeah, definitely. If your currency is not USD, yeah, then that totally makes sense. Ooh, that's pretty low. Or what I could do, now that I think about it, let's bring this seat back up. $100% off. As we like to call it, the 5-finger discount. Very long demo. Yeah, that is true. You know, this is the real solution. I realized now that the seat was just like ridiculously huge. Yeah, this works. Support indie studios. Yeah, I agree with that. Do. Boom, boom. Yeah, that Epic Games exclusivity Do, 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 do. Never spent $1 in Epic. Yeah, me neither. They give away a lot of free games. Like I have a whole library of games on Epic, all free. Bloodborne PC, never. Yeah. It's a shame that game will forever be stuck on 720p. It's a damn shame. I don't know if Sony is ever smart enough now that they have this whole PC division. Who knows? Maybe Bloodborne on PC might happen. I mean, there isn't much to censor in Bloodborne. Or if anything at all, really. I think Bloodborne on the PC, whether or not it happens, will come down more to technical reasons. Because that one guy that was doing all the data mining on Souls games and Bloodborne games, forget his name's like Lance something. He managed to get Bloodborne running at 60 FPS on a PlayStation dev kit. But the catch was, in order to get it to run at 60, the game needed to be rendered at 720. Or something like that. Yeah, emulating PlayStation 3 and Xbox, not easy. Especially at Xbox. But I think the reason for PS3 emulation not being easy had something to do about the documentation not being available and also being weird. There's like weird quirks to the PS3. Yeah, but I also remember there's something else. Something about the graphics processor. Something like it's like really unique to that console. Something like that. Or if that was Xbox. I can't remember which. Alright, let's bring that back. Let me go through these things quickly, make sure there's no mask on it because I'm going to be moving the body. Yep, it seems like I'm all good. There's no mask anywhere. Yep, I'm all good. Get on that print. Right, before I do anything, let me save. Boom, 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 boom. And let's save the project. Okay. T-Bow's mesh. Okay. Oh, I really lowered that, didn't I? Yeah, Reincarnation Coliseum. Yeah, I found out about it because I follow the mangaka on Twitter. I like the way he draws. He's been posting about it because he draws it. I haven't read it though. I've just only seen all the cool art. Spoke too soon, yeah. I mean, I read the first chapter quickly, or as much as I could, because I didn't... When I first found out about it, I don't think there was a translation yet, or I didn't find a translation. I was just reading what he posted, and of course it's going to be in Japanese, so I read as much as I could. I got the basic gist of it. Like, I kind of read up to that kid's first fight. I don't remember his name. But if you're talking about it, then that means there's some translated chapters out there then, right? Because when I looked, it was only in Japanese. Yep, nice. Let's hide you. Let's hide you. Let's bring you up. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's just I got generic isekai, but like the thing is like whoever loses like becomes the slave of the other person or something like that. Food and drink, nice. Yeah, that's the sense I got from it. The story is like pretty face value. Yeah. I like the cleric lady, whatever, that did like the summoning. Like she's this like really hot looking lady, but then when she gets mad, she has like the most like ogre like face as possible. It's like absolutely barbaric and scary. Let's apply all of this. And that makes them hot. I like to do a figure of that one character from there. All she has is pretty much this like broken piece of cloth in front of her. And I'm thinking it's like, huh, can't really do much of a safe for work figure of that. Because once you turn around to the backside, there's nothing there. It's completely naked. Don't super dig isekais. Yeah, they're all the same thing pretty much. It's just a matter of, okay, is this little quirk of this isekai interesting enough for me? European safe for work. Yeah, the muscular one, the one that has like a very crass attitude. And what does she have, like a spike collars on her wrist or something like that? I can't quite remember. I don't know the name. I don't remember the name. I was reading in Japanese, so it doesn't like didn't really stick in my head besides the visuals. Majority of people simp for her. I can see that. But yeah, I'm bilingual, but not with Japanese. I speak English, Portuguese, and Japanese I'm learning. But I might as well say I'm learning Portuguese as well, because I barely use it. So I'm super rusty. On my way to being trilingual. Woo! Yeah, most countries are. It's just the United States that's pretty prudish about that. No, just the language. Just the language. You know, a lot of people said Japanese would be really difficult. But so far, it's not that bad. Where are you? Oh my goodness, all the way down there. There we go. Are you allowed to say what bye you are? Yeah, up to you, man. Don't feel pressure to say anything. Also bilingual, but is the 1% lows? From what I've learned so far of Japanese, my impression is that it's a very systematic language. Like there's not too many like weird tricks to the language like other languages. Things are always going to be exactly what it always is. Times you see a word and the completely yeah, but that's just like vocabulary. The vocabulary is not bad no matter what language you learn. It's more like the whole grammar and conjugation stuff. I find it to be very straightforward in Japanese compared to like English or any Latin language, you know, any Hispanic language and Portuguese, because I can speak that. There's like so many more weird conjugations in Latin languages where it's like conjugations in Japanese, it's like it's straightforward. It's always this, always will be this, and it will never be anything different. German made your blood boil a little. Yeah, so that's why I don't think it's that difficult because of that. It's like so systematic. What was the material I was using for this? Pretty bad to like German. In a few dozen years. Yeah, there's a similar joke for Japanese that in a few years Japanese probably won't exist either because they're taking in so many loan words from other languages and they're becoming more prominent in use that there's the joke that yeah, Japanese is going to die as a language. Is it the same thing with German? Like they're taking in a bunch of like loan words. Man, what material did I use for this? I can't even remember. How they make nouns? How do they handle nouns? No, not this material. New people and lots of English. Yeah, English. Yeah, I feel like English is going to be the downfall of most languages out there. It is called the universal language. Oh my goodness, what material did I use? No, it wasn't this one. Metallic shoes. Nah, forget it. I'm not gonna find it. Let's see here. They put the capital B like letter, but it's something different and is pronounced in a different way. They put it in the middle of some nouns, and it has to be capital. Oh, I think I know what the B thing is you're talking about. Even the middle of the word. Ah. Yeah, that does sound annoying. Appreciation for fashion is no translation into foot fetish. All right, that's good there. Mm-hmm. 26 main letters seems plenty. Yeah, like even in Portuguese, I think we have an extra 2 letters. Not much, just an extra 2. I don't remember what they are though. Damn, that's how poor my Portuguese has gotten. All right, the dress. I want to fix you. Yeah, and all the tildes and the accent marks. Language has 32. Jeez. 32, that's a lot. Yeah, the other thing with Japanese, they don't have an alphabet. They have a phonetic chart, which in my opinion makes it even easier. Because since it's not an alphabet, it's a phonetic chart. It's like this is all the language, almost. I would say like this is 95% of all the sounds that are made in the language. And it's like, great. That means it's like, well, I can't say it's spelled as it's read, but the sounds will always be the same, you know? Not like all those other tomfoolery in other languages where it's not always written the way it's spoken. And it's such an easy phonetic chart to remember. Yeah, that would be useful in English. There's so many odd words in English that are not spelled the way they're pronounced. Anime hentai. Not gonna lie, my first reason for starting to learn it is because I was getting tired of reading subtitles. I don't want to read subtitles anymore. It's like there's so many shows I need to catch up on, but like if I want to watch it, I have to dedicate time to watching it because you gotta read the subtitles. I can't just have the show playing while I'm working. But if I can understand it, then I don't need to read the subtitles, and I can have it playing on my second monitor while I work. Almost a day earlier. English is more understandable. Yep. Yeah, that works. Yeah, plenty of people watch dub content because for the very reason why I'm learning Japanese, you just get tired of reading subtitles after a while. English is that a bit ruined for you? I've heard it's gotten better over the years compared to where it used to be. Now that anime has become like so much more mainstream. They're the same 20 people and everything. Yeah, but you see the thing is, you run into that same exact problem once you start learning the language of whatever it is you're watching. Like I'm now noticing the same voices in anime. And it doesn't even have to be like the same voice actor. There's like, when it comes to like anime and manga and all those things like that, Japanese content, they seem to go like really like go all in on like character archetypes. So like a wise old guy, no matter what series you're reading or watching, is gonna be vaguely similar to every other wise old guy. Well, yeah, that guy's famous, you know, he has a very unique voice. But it's like I'm hearing the same voices, I'm hearing the same kind of voices. I'm noticing like the same grammatical patterns. Like all those old guys always have to end like oh ho ho ja 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 ja. Always got to finish their sentences of ja. So it's a double-edged sword. You learn the language, but then you start noticing all those little stuff. Like the easiest one to spot, you know, is that whole the prissy rich anime girl always ending like desuwa, always ending like that. Or you got like the really bratty sports kid always going orewa 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 everywhere. These are the only two people who use a Kansai accent. Yes, whatever that means. Yeah, that's like kind of, well, not really, but kind of like country speak is the best way I can describe it for English speaking. It's like, yeah, southern accent. Yeah, that's the closest thing. Japanese southern accent. Kansai Bay. Yeah, I mean, there isn't too many dialects to American English. Working for you, a company hates talking to British people. He doesn't understand them. He prefers talking to American. It's probably because your student might be talking to like one of the many dialects to British English. Like it really varies from what I've seen. Like depending on what dialect, it can get like really thick and hard to understand. Oh, lost my spot. Every tri-state area has its own dialect. Speak better English than the British people. You know, the funny thing is, British English is technically more evolved than American English. American English is closer to Old English compared to British English. As crazy as that sounds. Probably explains all the weird stupidness in American English. But then I guess British English also has some weirdness as well. I was reading something and I noticed, like, I was reading whatever I was reading, and then I came across the word practice. But practice was spelled with an S instead of a C. And I was like, wait, is this practice? And then I double checked it, and it turns out in UK English, practice, when used as a verb, you replace the C with an S. And practice as a noun has the C. I never knew that. I mean, makes sense. I'm not British, but yeah, all I knew was the U, like you're saying, removing the U in color. Evolution for the better. Or no, isn't it the other way around? They added the U since American English is closer to older English. A subtractive thing, you're probably right. You know, this part is always tough for me. These like extreme poses and getting this whole spot here around the pelvis and the thigh correct. Always a little tough. Try to simplify English. More than likely. Let's do that. Just write the dictionary. It will be the way I say, damn it. Freaking Shakespeare and just making up words. Who does he think he is? Nice view. Only one leg though. Let's hide the arm. I don't need that. can definitely bring you up more this way. Mesh in a bit better. Also pull you out a bit. That way. Thought the character was down an armor leg. That wouldn't be a problem. Yeah, things get pretty freaky. With things like that. You know what? I need to bring you out a bit. Whoops. Yep. They were indeed a cube at some point. Because they lost. Which is funny, I haven't seen that done into a figure yet. I thought about it. It'd be pretty funny. Also be pretty challenging, honestly. More audience now. No, it was more the character lost. And all right, it's about 5:05. Not too bad of progress for today. How am I gonna do this? Let's do like this. Something like that and that. There we go. Decent progress for today. We're almost done with all this. See, like I said, the posing doesn't take long. And sculpting in the anatomy, that doesn't take long. It's all that beginning phase that takes the longest. So not too many streams left, and which is good because this will be available on the 4th, which is like next week, right? Next week, Thursday, something like that. Oh yeah. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. This was fun. And I will see you all next time. So have a good day or a good night. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.